I remember clearly when a flip-flop let me down. How annoying and uncomfortable it was to continue hobbling with one of my foot. Or the moment I optimistically pushed the strap back through the hole just to feel it come out after like 5 steps. I'm sure most people here can relate. It's a nightmare. Now, I would like for you to think about what you did with that broken flip-flop. Did you throw it away before going out and buying a shiny new pair? Maybe it ended up here. Now, but before I go telling you a couple things about flip-flops, I'd like to tell you a couple, well, actually one way you could be part of the solution. Here, during my collecting of my flip-flops, I found a couple responsible users when the flip-flop breaks by fixing them. Here's another example of when I bought a cheap flip-flop for 50 thou. I repaired it once. I repaired it twice. And I repaired it thrice. Most people here would have just thrown it away after the first one. I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to fix it. How you can do it is through buying a thick needle and some string. Or you can just bring it to a shoemaker. We all know about the complicated topic of trash around Bali and around too many places. But today, I'd like to talk about something I come across way too often. Flip-flops. What about them? Are they an insanely hard thing to recycle and one of the most unecological things to exist? Yes. And why? It is estimated that around 3 billion flip-flops, yes, 3 billion, are discarded globally each year, releasing toxic chemicals into our oceans and waterways. This intensely contributes to threatening the marine life even more. And not just that. They're also sitting on our planet for 200 to 1,000 years each. But despite all these horrid facts, they're still the most popularly worn footwear in the world, with almost half of the human population sporting them on a daily basis. So why are they considered as a GOAT footwear choice for so many? One of the main reasons for popularity is their lightness and breathability, which make them an absolute dream to wear. And you must agree, for whoever has experienced the rainy seasons in Bali or anywhere, we know what a practical footwear they are to have with you. I praise these guys as the ultimate sock and shoe guardian. Another reason why flip-flops are the top of the popularity poll is what an easy companion they are for trips to the pool, beach, or even just a quick shower. Who knows? They're available in a variety amount of materials, going from plastic, foam, leather, rubber, and fabric. Rubber and foam have taken the lead due to their affordability and durability. But here's the catch. The ridiculous amount of chemicals getting used in order to produce these flip-flops raises some serious health and environmental concerns. It is definitely a trade-off to keep in mind. So, instead of having to support all these factory-made ones, try to find yourself a provider that their flip-flops are sustainable or responsible. Not forgetting the fact that this footwear can let us down, it's incredible how easy they are to lose or break, like what happened to Pakdan. What a shame. Okay. So that's why I've come up with the idea of giving them another life. But before, I would like to say how I came up with this. It started in Shark Tanks, with my Shark Tank idea that I was making surfboard traction pads out of flip-flops. From that moment on, it sparked my creativity and passion towards flip-flops. Over the past few months, my mission has been to collect flip-flops all around I go and engage with remarkable individuals of Bali, renowned as the recycling gods of Bali. They've given me quite a lot of guidance, and these people have been Sungawatch, Indosol, Potato Head, and the Museum of Space, among many others. As you can imagine, I learned lots of things, inspirations too, from all around the world. From Kenya to a little business in the north of Thailand. Kenya has an issue due to the geographical position it is set in. All the trash from Asia, especially from India, flows into the shores of Kenya amongst all the neighbors. And what I found so interesting with Ocean Soul is just what amazing things they've done. I mean, these guys have made cars. They made real-life size elephants, giraffes. They made anything. I mean, even little kids. Toys for little kids. My bad. Yeah. So, now, to a tiny business in the north of Thailand. It's called Pelajon, and I am slightly more connected with this business. They're focused on making footwear out of flip-flops, which I had the same idea. We'll dive into that later. Actually, what made me feel so special was that they've actually invited me to go to their factory, learn the recipe of how they make them, and just experience and make a couple flip-flops. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it yet. My encounters with inspiring figures have deeply impacted me. And now, to the heart of my Quest project, Step 1. Step 1 stands for Sea Trash Eco Project. First, allow me to elaborate on why I've named this project Step 1. My initial idea was to make single flip-flops out of flip-flops, just like I was saying before. So, you don't have to go out and buy yourself a shiny new pair. Here, I offer you a shiny new flip-flop. But unfortunately, this was out of my reach due to the necessary machinery. Innosol helped me realize this when I shared my project. They said that this was a very challenging project. So after this day, I got back to my Step 1 thinking. What can I do for my Quest? So after a couple days of brainstorming, I got an idea. But before, let me explain you a bit more about Step 1. It's a meaningful project centered upon upcycling flip-flops and raising awareness about marine trash. I'm doing this through Instagram. Okay. So, I'm passionately inspiring individuals to collect trash when they come along with the trash. And this is when they're in their beach walks, surfing, or diving, or snorkeling activities, anything. But I implore you to collect the trash. This is how I'm doing it through. Here, I'm explaining about how I've collected all this trash in one snorkel in an island called Siabakchil. Well, I was snorkeling around there. I wasn't on the island, but... And here I'm also talking about you don't need to have it in your hand. You can put it in your pockets or in the sleeve of your wetsuit. And now, what did I really do in the end with flip-flops? Nothing. I did nothing. No, I'm kidding. So actually, what I made... Well, this is the process of how I made this. So first, I had to clean and select all the flip-flops. Because some were like this fellow right here, that they were decomposing. And this is also an example of what flip-flops release. This kills marine life and makes fish swallow it, making them starve to death or die. Also goes into the soil and kills the soil. Okay. Now, this is what I've made. Okay. So this is the process. I put quite a lot of effort into making these lamps. First, I'm explaining them each by how I've made it. So this is one lamp, that's the other one, that's the other one. And this is how they ended up. As you can see, this is how they're looking. Here are some close-ups of a lamp for the people over at the back. And also, since this is a zero-waste project, what I've done with the remainders of the flip-flops, I've shredded them, and I've filled these pillows with shredded flip-flops. I was planning to also refill the beanbags of the half scoop, but I realized I needed many more flip-flops. So I stuck to this. More simple. Now, what step one would appreciate that you do is collect trash, recycle it, and create. Be creative with it. Try to make anything. I'm just a 14-year-old that's been working on this for 6 months with my other life. So imagine what you could do if you dedicate so much time into this. It's incredible what you can just do. Let's keep the oceans clean together. Now, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that has shaped and that has guided me and shaped this project with me. My teachers, the Innovation Hub, and my parents, and my friends. Thank you so much for all the support and ideas you guys have given me. Couldn't ask for more. It's been the best. Also, before I forget, try not to buy the cheapest flip-flops, as lo barato sale caro. A Spanish saying that literally translates to the cheap turns out expensive. We must solve this problem together. Together, let's make a positive impact on our planet. Thank you for listening.